Good morning from Semarang. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Rani.
We are at the Starbucks just outside of the Room Sync Hotel here in Semarang, and we are finally ready to go out on the city. In this video, we're going to show you our super swanky, modern minimalist hotel here in Semarang, and we're also going to show you some of the historical sites in the old city. Here we go.
Go!
So this is what traffic looks like in Semarang in the afternoon. Pretty typical Indonesian city. We're downtown near all the hotels, so this is what you get. Lawang Sewu and Semarang, and we are sitting on a park bench outside of Lawang Sewu because the good people here in Semarang are trying to charge us a fee for coming into Lawang Sewu if we're going to make a YouTube video. So we said no thank you, and we're sitting out here on the park bench. I'll still give you a little historical tour of Lawang Sewu. It is just an old railway station headquarters building.
Lawang Sewu is a Javanese language.
Yes, so Lawang Sewu means 1,000 doors, but it's obviously not a Javanese building. This building was built by the Dutch back in the 20th century. They started construction on the building in 1904, and it was completed in 1907. Many people in Java believe the building is haunted, and this goes back to World War II days. There are many deaths in this building. Because in 1942, the Japanese invaded Semarang. They actually took control of this building, and they used it as a torture house, and they used it for executions. So the bottom level of building B was used as an execution chamber. Now, when the Japanese were handedly defeated in World War II, the Dutch took control of this building again in 1945 when they invaded the city, and they actually used part of this building to invade Semarang. After World War II had concluded, the building was handed over to the National Railway Station in Indonesia, and now the building is actually owned by the current National Railway Company, KAI, Kereta Api Indonesia. They own the building now, and in 1992, it was considered cultural property of Indonesia, and so it has went through many renovations over the years, and now the Indonesian government actually opened it as a museum, which brings us to current day and us sitting on a park bench outside of Lawang Sewu because you have to pay a fee if you want to make content inside the building. Okay, we just finished our outside the fence tour of Lawang Sewu. Now we are gonna walk to a different part of Semarang, hopefully find some more interesting sites that we can go inside maybe and take a tour. made it across Semarang to a different part of the city. We are at Poo Kong, which is a temple here in the center of Semarang. And Zheng He was a Chinese explorer who stopped in western Semarang for a bit in the 15th century. Historians don't know exactly what year, but early 1400s. And they really liked this area. But when Zheng He decided to continue exploring and moved away from Semarang, some of his crew decided to stay behind. They made a statuette of Zheng He in the side of a mountain cave, and that became a temple. So after Zheng He's crew built the temple for him in the side of a mountain cave, at some point the cave monument slash temple was destroyed by a landslide. So the crew built another mountain cave temple, which eventually started being taxed by local landowners. And so many people throughout history have taxed the Poo Kong Temple area. And then, because the crew was tired of paying the tax to worship at the temple, someone of the crew found a smaller statuette of Zheng He and removed it from the temple, and they created another temple about 3 or 4 kilometers away from the mountain cave temple. And at that temple site they constructed a larger statuette of Zheng He again. And it wasn't actually until the 1900s, when the Japanese invaded Indonesia, that Poo Kong actually got a renovation. The Japanese were also impressed with the temple, so they actually gave the temple a renovation and installed electricity and lights and things like that. And so that was the first of many renovations. And after the Japanese lost World War II, of course, they left Indonesia. But eventually the Indonesian government took control of the temple. Still at Poo Kong here, the temple. Trying to do a little bit more research, learn about the statue and the cave temple. The statue looks quite large. It's made from bronze. The weight is 2 tons, which is about 1,800 kilograms. We also found the cave temple. So the cave temple is forbidden for tourists to go in there. The tourist attraction fee to maintain this temple, it is only 15,000 IDR, which is about $1 US. A nominal fee from every tourist. There's no different price for foreigners and locals. Just gonna do a spin-a-rooney tour here for you to give you an idea of the temple grounds. Behind me is one temple area. Do a spin here. There's the Poo Kong statue of Zheng He. If you go on around here, there are more temples behind me, and the cave temple is actually over there. So here's the cave temple beside the Zheng He statue, and as you can see, it's quite beautiful, quite ornate. But maybe you can also see the barbed wire right behind me, which usually means you're not allowed to come in. After doing some more reading about Zheng He, turns out he was a pretty cool explorer. His first naval exploration had 317 ships, which is quite accomplished, I think, for the 15th century. And some naval historians think that a small part of his crew discovered America in 1421. He did die in 1435 after his visit to Semarang. He does have a tomb in China, but it is empty. Many people think that he was buried at sea, but there are also some historians that think that he might have been buried in Semarang. Now the mosque chants have started for evening prayer, which I think is a nice little mix of cultures. So let's enjoy the call to prayer. Alright, we're leaving Poo Kong. It is sunset here in Semarang. Now we're going to try to venture over to the old town.
See you there.
But first we got to get a grab and figure out how to get over there, because it's a restricted area. They try to stop all the traffic coming into Old Town, so you got to be creative with where you get dropped off so you can get there and then walk in the Old Town.
Oh no, it's because it's not weekend. I guess you still can go there.
We don't know that. She's just guessing. Old town of Semarang now, and this is basically a walking area where you can see the influence of colonial Dutch architecture and just how things were in the early 19th century and I guess early 20th century as well, before World War II. Which is the oldest Protestant church in Semarang, and I think maybe the oldest Protestant church in all of Java. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It's right here in the Old Town Center. Hope you sell a lot.
So you become celebrities now, yeah?
Yeah, I just accidentally endorsed something. I don't know what it is. I guess toothpaste.
It's toothpaste. Yeah.
I hope it don't kill people. Here at Spiegel, which is the oldest restaurant in the quarter.
Yeah.
It's the oldest restaurant in Old Town, and I guess maybe the oldest restaurant in Semarang. If you enjoy travel content from all over the world, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Check that notification bell so you're the first to see our new videos each week. And if you enjoyed today's adventure vlog in Semarang, go ahead and smash that like button and share it with everyone you know. But remember, you don't have to be a Kentuckian to travel with us. You just gotta have fun. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep on keeping on. Cheers.